On Ticker, this is Import Export with Lawrence Christophels.
Good morning everyone, welcome to Import Export here on Ticker TV. I'm your host Lawrence Christophels. We've got an amazing show as usual lined up, some fantastic guests. Kicking off with our very first guest you've seen before, but he's an industry leader, Albert Cenusa, and we'll have a quick look at one of his latest ads.
State transport, our people are your solution.
Hi, I'm Albert from State Transport and Warehousing. We have a huge fleet delivering locally and all around Australia. We're HACCP certified and quality assured. Try us to experience the difference.
State transport, our people are your solution.
Albert, you've been really proactive in being an industry leader around how to cope with this crisis.
Yeah.
So the crisis that with COVID, how it's impacted supply chain is through an essential service, but you've also been thrown into a whole range of new innovation. And I want to ask you first and foremost, you were one of the very first warehousing and distribution companies to come up with a really strong solution for remote working for your staff. So how did
That's right. Look, good morning to you, Lawrence, and good morning to your viewers. We were one of the first. It would have been 7 weeks ago that we decided to go fully remote, and we were really pleased that our various phone systems and that could connect directly at the routers at our staff's home, which allowed for that possibility. So technology has certainly helped that process. And we've been away. They've worked off-site, and it's been a bit strange for me coming to the office every morning to an empty office. So it was a bit disheartening, a bit disappointing. But a very interesting observation has occurred from my point of view, which I like to share with yourselves and your audience, is that I've had numerous staff over the last week call me to wanting to come back.
Right.
So I really thought from a commercial point of view that moving forward, working remotely would be an ongoing part of our business. And I think a lot of people have also thought the same, that business would never ever be the same. But pleasingly, as well as surprisingly, our staff have asked to come back, and we've had everyone back to the office last week. So the attraction of working home, initially thinking it's great, but the appeal wasn't as great as time went on. So, and to come back, to see that energy reinvigorated back in the office, and for me to see my staff, everyone back, and we're still social distancing, obviously. Fortunately, at Heatherton, our offices are large enough to allow for that. But to have that energy back, that vitality, and just hearing the laughter has been so pleasing.
Well, how you've adapted the business to cope with COVID-19, how the staff have been really supportive. As a leader, I think I've seen what you've done with the checklist at home, making sure they're safe at home while they're working as well. I want to talk to you about some case studies and how the industry has adapted with you, and how that the customer focus has had to change, and that flexibility that you offered has been so necessary in the situation.
It's been essential that we continue and ramp up our communication with all of our clients. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of their direct mobiles as well. So we've been speaking to all the key players to ensure that our business is aligned with their changing requirements. We do a lot for the food industry. But we have noticed now that everyone's pantry must be full, and there's been a bit of slowing down in that volume. But other companies that aren't essential services, like the food, they're suffering badly at the moment. We certainly feel for them.
Well, it was interesting. If you look at the last few months, I mean, end of January, early February is when everything started to shut down in China. So the Chinese New Year came in place, all the factories stopped, people couldn't get product. Then there was a whole lag between the supply chain for people to actually get their hands on products. Now it's started to come through and people can't sell it. So people are stockpiling product and the warehouses are getting full.
And we've also, this is again surprising, there's been a couple of startup businesses, even though it's so unfortunate at the moment, other companies are down, but others have seen opportunity, and we're dealing with a couple of brewers who have now converted their operation to produce ethanol to produce their
sanitizers,
hand sanitizers. So we're now assisting these startups because they don't understand the full supply chain or 3PL. So we're assisting them, and we've just started with a company called Urban Alley. So good day to Dean Grant out there, him and his team. They've done a fantastic job. And their volumes are quite huge, and it's growing exponentially, which is something, again, I didn't expect that we'd be starting new business throughout these difficult times.
Well,
but it's refreshing to see
there's always opportunity, as you see.
the Aussie spirit. They're still looking for innovation, looking ahead to make something good out of perhaps a bad situation.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I think the ability to work with partners such as yourself, not just a service provider, it's a major difference between the mindset of having a partner who can flex up, flex down, offer solutions instead of just saying, look, here's a rate card for for some storage and distribution.
Absolutely.
It's a major chalk and cheese difference. But what about the things like overflow and how? Obviously, you guys were a growing business already, and now you're going into a lot more marketing. I've noticed as well. I see you everywhere, Albert. You're on radio, TV, all sorts of stuff.
I had a meeting only last week with our lead management team.
Yeah.
So we're looking at on how do we reduce our costs to put ourselves in a better financial position. And what I relayed to the team last week, I read an article back in the 1920s in the recession in the US that there was two companies, Kellogg's and Post Cereal, and they were in competition with each other. But because of the depression at that stage, each was looking at reducing costs. But Kellogg's took a different view, and Kellogg's decided it would actually increase its marketing, increase its advertising, whereas Post Cereal decided it was part of their cost-cutting exercise. So they reduced all their salespeople, they reduced all their marketing advertising. But now history will show that Kellogg's, we still know their name. So what I instructed our team, we're going to double our advertising, we're going to double our marketing, and for these modern times, it's social media. So we're going to triple our workload in these sort of avenues, because it's also shown statistically that those companies that continue to market and advertise themselves throughout this period recover much quicker.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a really good business model, and we should always, as a company, be thinking of growth and future growth.
And supply chain is never going to be the same again. Your distribution models, your warehousing needs, even once this COVID situation starts to dissolve, things will never get back to the way they used to be. They're going to need more diverse solutions. So they're going to be looking for, who do I remember that was out there in the crisis, fixing problems, solving, creating solutions.
Exactly. So we're doubling all our efforts for that, and we're finding that companies now are looking more to the future to be using and outsourcing because of the cost factor to run such a large operation. So I think there'll be fantastic opportunities. Things will get better, so keep in mind, let's keep positive. Things will get better, and when it does bounce back, it'll bounce back quickly, and we're looking forward to being part of that.
I was going to mention that as well, so you sort of took the words right out of my mouth there, Albert. The outsourcing growth, because of this, businesses have had to contract, whether it's through reduction of staff, office space, warehousing space, so they want to focus on their core business, which, if it's a product, let's focus on the product, innovation, R&D, marketing of the product. They don't need to be experts in warehousing distribution. They can actually start to see the benefits now of really using an outsourced partnership.
Yeah, correct. And we're still investing in new technologies as well, so we have the next few weeks will be pretty exciting.
Right. Yeah.
And it's to do with our tracking and compliancy and traceability to make it easier, more user-friendly for all of our clients. So we haven't let that drop. And we're always looking towards the future, as I think all businesses should be.
Fantastic. What do you see, Albert, coming up in the next 6 months, 12 months, couple of years, once this sort of starts to evolve? What do you see as a leader in this space?
Actually, opportunities, always opportunity, and there'll be opportunities to grow and develop. Some of our competitors will not travel as well, unfortunately, but we see good opportunities in the market that'll be opening up. And again, my advice to anyone is keep up your sales activity, keep up your marketing, keep up your social media.
Fantastic.
There's been a lot of talk that business will never be the same. I'm now taking the view that it will. So we're still doing everything that we've done in the past, and I look forward to happier times, which I hope is only a couple of weeks away.
Not far away, exactly.
Not far away,
Thanks, Al. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, mate.
Pleasure always talking to you, Lawrence.
And pleasure to have you as a partner of ATLC. And all the best for the next couple of weeks. We'll catch up with you very soon and get an update back on the show with how things are resolved, and look forward to hearing your voice on the radio as well.
Love to chat with you again. Thanks, Lawrence.
Thanks, Albert.